For over 14 centuries, the focal point of Islamic worship has been the physical Kaaba in Mecca. Every day, millions of Muslims across the globe align themselves toward this single geographic coordinate. The traditional Islamic prayer, known as the namaz or salat, is defined by specific physical postures. Worshippers stand, kneel, and bow to the ground in a synchronized display of submission to an unseen, omnipresent God. But for the followers of the Aga Khan, this foundational practice was systematically dismantled. The leadership moved to abolish the traditional namaz within Ismaili prayer halls, known as Jamaat khanas. In its place, they introduced a customized daily prayer called the dua. By the 1950s, this new ritual was standardized and mandated for Ismailis worldwide, replacing the universally recognized Islamic salat. This shift created a stark physical departure from Mecca. Instead of facing the Kaaba, an Ismaili worshipper sits and faces a photograph of the Aga Khan mounted on the wall of the prayer hall. This reorientation is more than a change in posture. It effectively transfers the believer's ultimate devotion from a transcendent, invisible creator to the immediate presence of a single living man. To maintain this devotion, the leadership engineered the prayer's text to center on the Aga Khan himself, most notably by rewriting the kalima, the fundamental Islamic confession of faith. Within the prayer, the term Aliyullah is used. By joining the words for Ali and Allah, the prayer makes a direct linguistic claim that Ali, and by extension the living Imam, is the manifestation of God on earth. For mainstream Islamic scholars, this phrasing represents shirk, the act of ascribing partners to God, which is regarded as the single most serious transgression in Islamic theology. This theology is reinforced by the doctrine of Didar. Followers are taught that a single visual glimpse of the Aga Khan, the manifestation of divine light, is powerful enough to wash away all their sins. By officially equating the living Imam with the divine, the leadership established an absolute monopoly over the followers' spiritual salvation. This spiritual dependency is the foundation for the Dasond, a mandatory financial tithe that serves as the primary engine of the community's economy. While traditional zakat is 2.5, the leadership enforces this tax through historical decrees, or farmans, which warn that withholding these funds will lead to illness, ruined meditation, and worldly calamities. Within this system, a follower's standing is no longer defined by personal morality, but by their ability to maintain a continuous, untraceable transfer of wealth. The most literal example of this spiritual economy is a ceremony called the Mahadan Kachata. During this ritual, followers must pay a specific cash fee up front before they are even allowed to join the queue for forgiveness. The Aga Khan, or his representative, then sprinkles holy water on the paying follower's face, speaking the words, "I have forgiven your sins." By putting a specific price on the forgiveness of sins, the leadership has transformed the concept of divine grace into a predatory financial transaction. Every month, this massive volume of untraceable cash is collected from prayer halls around the world and funneled toward a single destination in Western Europe. Moving hundreds of millions in physical cash across international borders without standard bank reporting creates significant legal risks. This lack of transparency has led investigators to scrutinize the network's role in moving unregulated capital through the global financial system. Much of this capital eventually settles in Geneva, a global center for untaxed wealth and private banking. This creates a staggering contrast between the followers, who are often pressured to pay tithes out of their limited income, and the leadership, which controls one of the most opaque fortunes in the world. These funds maintain an empire of private real estate in Europe's most expensive districts, far removed from the working-class communities that provide the capital. This wealth also supports a high society lifestyle involving private jets, luxury yachts, and a globally dominant racehorse breeding operation. The Aga Khans have built an architecture where the leadership defines the terms of salvation, collects the secret cash required to achieve it, and maintains absolute control over the resulting billions. The system leaves no room to distinguish between a spiritual path and a global financial enterprise.